Okay, we're in the Tim Hortons line, which is atrocious.
I just want to eat my bagel. Sesame bagel.
Well, you're supposed to say what. We went to Tim Hortons and Addie got
Sesame bagel.
I got a plain bagel, which they, oh yeah, and a cookie, but they didn't really toast her that much. But I'm gonna eat it because I'm hungry.
I didn't order sesame, but they gave it to me.
And we are back. We went to Mary Brown's, and oh dear. Sorry, I slept like a while, and my uncle picked us up to get Mary Brown's, which was very nice of him. Thank you.
I love Ammia's uncle.
Love my uncle as well. Alright, the star of the show apparently. But we've just made it to, well, past security, and we're on our way to Tokyo now. I'm editing this at 6 a.m. and I thought I should mention that in the span of 30 seconds, while Adeline was going through security, she was called out twice for her child applesauce packet, as in like the applesauce was made for children, like really young children. And so the first security guard was like, "Are you a minor? Like, who are you with?" And she pointed at me, who's already been through security. And no, she's not a minor. She's 20 years old, but I suppose it works. And then the next security guard was like, pulls it out. "Do you have a child?" No, she does not have a child. No. So our flight got delayed twice, was it? Right? Yeah, like twice. So now we're delayed about an hour. Which
Still don't get to sit beside each other.
we still don't get to. Yeah, the flight was empty and now it's not. Now it's full. So we'll see what happens. This is editor Ammia back to explain. So what happened was when we booked our tickets, we did not book seats. And so we were obviously given random seats. And then we wanted to ask the flight attendant to change the seats because we realized we both had middle seats, I believe, for this flight. No, actually, Adeline had a middle seat and I had an aisle seat. And so we wanted to at least sit beside each other, even if it was in the middle, because the middle for 4 hours was bad enough. And now this is to Tokyo, which is like 10 hours. Yeah, the flight actually ended up getting full and we had to stay in our own seats. Fully threw up on the plane. And Addie was very close to puking, and as we were walking through the airport, I was going to puke. And it is 30 degrees out here, and I'm wearing my tracksuit from uni. It's not a good idea, folks. Nothing will prepare you for the Japan heat in August. Like, oh my god, from Canada, you just imagine, you're like, 30 degrees, it can't be that bad. Like, there's got to be something. You step outside, the humidity, everything all at once, it's like instant. It's instant heat. If you sweat a lot, it's instant sweat. Like, it's ridiculous. And also about the throwing up, I'm weak. Yeah. So pretty, bro. And we can even stand. So this is, again, editor Ammia, back to explain. So apparently in Japan, there's all these stamps you can get, and you can like stamp, like you can bring a little notebook and stamp them. It's usually the airports and like maybe stores, but with the hotel had one, so I got one stamped on a paper and you can just take it, and I'm gonna put it in my book. So it's the next morning and there's like a koi pond down there, and look how pretty this is. Look at the trees and everything. Obviously, this trip took like the span of 3-ish days. So I was tired and forgot to really mention everything, including the fact that we actually got to the hotel at like 7 p.m., 8-ish, and it's the Narita area, so there wasn't really much to go to unless you wanted to take like a 20-minute
train or bus ride somewhere. So we were actually going to do that because there was a place that closed at 3 a.m. And so Adeline had to add classes at 9 a.m. and it was like 8 p.m. and we were like, okay, fine, we'll just wait till 9 p.m. and then just go. So when I woke Adeline up, because it was 9 a.m. or 9 p.m., sorry, and we're in our beds, and I just wake her up, and halfway through my sentence, I fell asleep. I also fell asleep. The next time we woke up was like 12 a.m. and I was like, what happened? When did I fall asleep? And then we decided to stay in, and then because we slept so early, she woke up at 4 a.m. I woke up at like 6 a.m. So yeah, that's why we were up so early.
So we just came back to the hotel. Addie got that coffee drink that is gross.
Apologies for all the interruptions, but like I know I have a morning voice, as you can tell, it's 6 a.m. But I did not need to say gross that way. I just grew out, I think.
No, but I got this strawberry drink. I've had to Google it, translate everything for the ingredients, of course, and also this bun. It's like sweet because it has cream, but then it's also like a little salty. I don't know, it's good for breakfast though, I think.
It's probably also good to mention that, I don't know if it's obviously, it might not be every hotel. Like there was a Hilton down the road, so like they're probably almost the same as like Canada. But the beds in the Narita Gateway Hotel, there was no bed frame. It was like, I guess a mattress box and a mattress on top. Sorry, it's like 6 a.m. But they're harder. They're not as soft as Canadian hotels, like not nearly, but honestly, they were mad comfortable. They were very comfortable beds. I highly recommend sleeping on like a harder surface. We like instantly fell asleep.
So we're in the airport and it's busy, but we found a place that serves all halal food. How do we feel? Okay, so we finished ordering from this halal restaurant and boy was it a struggle. She told me 6 was Reiku with the most white accent ever known to me.
Like, I would know how to say it right.
I know, but like, I pronounced it and they still didn't get it, obviously, because like the whiteness was and then, but at least it's halal. And then I'm doing my soup and I put in green onions first because I was like, oh, let me just do this because I was filling up the broth. And then I turned around, the chef came over, was like, pretty much, you're doing this wrong.
He was like,
go get the broth.
He's
like, no, come here.
He was like, pour it.
He wants me for it. Oh my goodness, but we got this and I only paid $8. I also got like a rice ball. So.
The reason I trusted Adeline so much was because she knows Japanese and she literally says everything else fine. It literally was just the number 6 which I needed. It was the poor cashier man had like a team effort and he turned around and his teammate goes oh my, it was so bad. He had to like use hand signals.
So I got a little cake and what you hear is the women's soccer game, which is very fun. Oh, is that say Canada? So it's like, look where they are. Wait, hold on. Okay, but anyways, I got this little cake. Sorry, I got distracted. And it's like a cutout cake. Anyways, I'm gonna open her up and eat him.
Also important to mention, this was the airport where we found a bunch of stamps. If you go upstairs in the Narita airport where the shopping mall is, I believe the third, one of the upper floors. And there's a shop in there and it's really cute and it's like all these traveler journals and everything. You go in there and at the table in the corner, you just stamp. There's like a ton of stamps there. They're all different country names, traveler journal names, like a bunch of different things. So I filled up like 6 pages of my notebook with stamps.
Okay, so this is the cake. It's it looks like bread, like almost. So you can do like a split and then you're supposed to like cut this thing out. Take it. Okay. Thoughts? No? No. No, it's yummy. It just there's a weird taste to it. It's like a cake, but it has something else. Maybe chocolate?
I apologize for that angle. I am never letting Adeline film anything ever again. Yeah.
Eating a corner of it, I did get the thing out, and this is what it looks like. So, it's like a It's an interesting flavor, but it tastes yummy. Like, it's not like super sweet. So that's interesting.
We forgot to go on like the upstairs part.
The balcony. To be honest, it was so hot. Like, I was okay. Yeah. I'm telling her we should just go on our own. We have nothing better to do, so we are watching speed walking for the Olympics.
Blah, blah, blah.
Addie's enjoying it a little too much. Just got to Osaka airport. Luckily that flight was a lot less. Addie is very much not.
What I meant to say in the video was that Adeline was not a happy camper. It's because we were traveling for so long. Like, even the 1 hour flight made us kind of sick, although I only threw up on the 10-hour flight, which was nice. Again, I'm weak. And you might be wondering why we had to go to Osaka. Well, it's because we were in a program. It's like only a month long with our university, and it's partnering with Kwansei Gaukin University in Nishinomiya. And so we're meeting, like, it's a cross-cultural program. It's called the CCC, and there's 2 parts of the program. I'm doing both, and Adeline's only doing the first one. And it's like, it's more business and like finance related. So we are in groups with Japanese students, and then other Canadian universities as well are coming. And there's like 7 people from each Canadian university, and we get in groups and we solve problems for our businesses. Like, we each get a business, each group. I have the Canadian Chamber of Commerce in Japan, and then Adeline has Garuda Airline, I think. It's like the airline company, and we have like different tasks, and then we have to like present at the end of the program, each being like 2 weeks. So yeah. It was just a lot carrying our bags all over the place. Like, mine had 4 wheels, Adeline's only had like 2. And so after this, we take a airport shuttle to one of the stations. I think it was Hanshin Station, and then from there we had to take a train to Oishi Station, because this year they put our accommodation in I want to say Kobe. I think, like, I'm in the accommodation right now, but anyways, the point is it's actually a bit further from Nishinomiya. Like, we are like at least like an hour like worth of travel, but it's okay because the Japanese students like guide us to the school, so it's all good. Oh well, we also had to buy. Well, I had to buy a Suica card. Adeline already had one. It's very useful if you do buy it. It's you just tap. It's like, if you're in Toronto, it's like a Presto almost. Except I think Presto you can buy in advance, I don't know, but you just tap